Hi there, it's Lisa here. I am working with my June Cocoa Daisy kit this morning. I say this morning, it's lovely and early. I've got up, I have my coffee on my desk and I'm ready to go. Every month I receive a Cocoa Daisy kit in the post. I'm a member of the design team and I get to create with this kit and I love it. It makes me happy every month when it arrives. I have a design in my head already, what I want to go with. I've printed off my photos. I have one of the day in the life cards. I'm going with a plain white background and I've taken out some of the papers from the kit already. This is from the extra paper add-on. I believe this one isn't in the main kit if I'm right from memory. It's double-sided, it's pink paisley, but it's the washi tape strips that have really caught my eye and that have inspired this design today. I am also going to be using some of this Pink Fresh Studio Life Noted paper, also double-sided. Originally it was this side that caught my eye, but actually it's the strips I want to play with today. I have to say this paper is such gorgeous quality. It's really thick, much thicker than your usual scrapbooking paper. It's got a real matte feeling to it as well. It's not as smooth as the others, but I really like that. And then I'm also going to be using from Pink Paisley the High Five. That's going to be my title, I've decided, so I'm going to be cutting that out to use, also double-sided there. And I'm super organised. I've printed off my journaling already. I may add to that, I may change it, I'm not sure at the moment, but that's what I'm going with right now. So I am going to move these and I'm going to start by going and cutting my strips down that I'm going to use. I've been cutting out my strips, kind of laying things around a little how I want them to go. I've decided this day in the life card here, I didn't want to make my photo too small, but I really want to see the camera and to see photo happy. So I'm going to extend this card by cutting it in half and hopefully it will work as I'm hoping. I think this photo needs to go in the center. Can't decide whether to have that all the way across or not. I think I might trim it down slightly. And I'm just going to stick it in the center because I'm not sure exactly where I want it at the moment. So let's move that over slightly and let's get that card on here and I'll have a play around to make it work and lay everything out. So that's worked out. Now if I just show you what I've done. Oops, I've stuck that down. Right, so the card is split into two, stuck down, and then I've put some foam pad on the back and placed that in the middle. So it's just kind of extended the card, otherwise I would have been covering that up with the photo and I wanted to see those two pieces. The rest of the photos got a little bit of double-sided sticky tape, and again, because I never stick things down in the middle, I can just slide that underneath. And the same with my title card. That's not going to show. I am going to, this was originally going to be in the center of the page, but now that's going to have to move over slightly, otherwise I'm not going to fit it all on. So let's jiggle that around a little. Again, the beauty of not sticking everything down properly, just so you can move things around. That's better. I wanted to see the grey piece on the side there. I really like that chevron strip, so it seemed silly to cover it all up. And this one can then go in the side, and again I've got that strip down there. Let's move that around along, so it's quite equal. Okay, and then we'll straighten that up. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Now I've also got this from the kit, from the strips there. I don't know if I want that on there now. I was also going to add a little bit of red paint, or would this one look better? Yeah, I think I'm going to go with this. I think I'm going to make it slightly longer than the grey strip. stick that down. I'm going to layer that slightly over the top. I cut the red one. I'm not sure if I want that one or not. I don't think so at the moment because I'm going to use the red pieces there. How about at the top? No. Right, let's just go with the red paint and I'll see how that goes. No, let's leave that. I'm just going to take the tiniest amount of red paint onto a credit card and I'm just going to spread it along. I really like that look. See, there's not really much on there at all. It's a very rough effect, almost a bit like an old brick wall there. And let's do a little bit more. And for equal measures, let's take some of that there as well. Okay, let's pop that top on. These paint tubes are so full that it often comes out. We don't want that. The other beauty of just using a tiny amount of paint is that it will dry really fast, which I like as well. Now I'm going to go and cut some of these washi strips. I'm not sure which ones I'm using yet, so I'll have a play and see what works best. I've cut out all my bits and pieces, laid them down, so now I am going to stick them in place. I've decided to add a little bit more of the pink fresh card, so I've cut off another strip and we'll stick this in place, and I'll also be adding a little more of the red paint. I'm layering it slightly over the paper that I've already stuck down, and we'll do the same with this one. Okay, so a tiny bit more red paint. It's literally only been a couple of minutes since I painted that red and it's already dry. So again, that's, like I say, the beauty of only using a tiny amount. And a tiny bit more. A bit too much. There we go. That will do. Again, that quite rough effect, almost as if I could imagine. Do you remember doing the rubbings when you were a child and you'd have a piece of paper with a crayon? It's almost that effect on there. Right, so we've got those in place. Next I am going to be sticking down, whoops, these washi strips from the pink paisley paper. Let's have a little bit of red showing on the end there. I'm going to stick them at angles. I might trim those down, I haven't decided yet. And I'm also going to stick my journal strips down. I've trimmed these down as well. That one's a little bit wonky actually. Let's trim that. Okay, and I am going to lay that slightly there. I will trim those, I think, once I've stuck everything in place. So let's have a teal one now. And let's have that going that way. And we'll stick the next journal strip on. The story of this page is we were staying with my dad in Indiana and we drove through this town in Illinois. It's old historic Shawnee town, and my stepmother was telling us about Shawnee town, how she used to go there when she was a child. It was the place to hang out, lots of bars and that kind of thing. And we got there and it was basically completely abandoned. It was so cool. It was just like you'd see in the movies, an old like ghost town. There was the old bank, there was a hotel, there was a petrol station, houses. It was just wonderful. There was this saloon, which is what I've taken a photograph of the children there, and there was just nobody. Everything was boarded up but completely left how it was. It was one of the highlights of the trip actually. It was absolutely fantastic. Thoroughly enjoyed that, and the kids really had fun as well, sort of going in, peering through the hotel windows, and it's just really bizarre, very eerie. It was almost like a movie set. We go to Florida quite for our holidays, and it was almost like being in Universal Studios. Yep, journaling done. I am going to trim that off. I was going to straighten them off, but I've decided, as they're all at different angles, to actually keep them cut like that. let's trim that down so it's slightly shorter, and maybe that one a little. And actually I quite like them flicked up slightly as well. There we go, let's leave them like that. So I've done that. Now I need to get some edges done to my words to help them stand out a little bit. So let's do that, otherwise I think they just fade into the background a little, and I don't want that to happen. We are so lucky with our kids, they get on so well, they always have done. And I remember when they were younger and we used to go down to Dorset for Easter every year with the kids, and I always used to say, oh, I was so lucky, they were sort of like ages 7 upwards. There's 2.5 years between them, and I always used to think, oh, it's just luck, and it's, oops, I've gone over that one, it's going to run out. I've just bodged that one, so I'm just going to go over and make it look like it was meant to be like that. And I was expecting them as they got older to get on each other's nerves. Don't get me wrong, they bicker sometimes, but they are really good friends, and it makes us really happy. It makes life so much easier, that's for sure. Especially like when we're away on holiday, it is really like they've got a friend with them. And Holly is very patient with Louie. She's a really, really good big sister. We are very, very lucky. I'm happy with that. That just looks a bit better, even though I still bodged that up. C'est la vie, that happens, doesn't it? I'm going to do some splashes, and I'm going to have a little look. I've got a tray of bits and pieces here. I'm just trying to think, what was this? These came from the Pink Fresh cardstock dies, Felicity, that came in the kit. I'm just wondering if there's some bits and pieces that I might want to add. I don't know, I really like the simplicity of that at the moment, so I don't want to mess it up too much. I like the yellow there, so I might actually add a bird. I quite like that. The pink doesn't quite go. I do really enjoy just having bits and pieces and playing. I really like these curly bits. That's not going to go for this layout though. I'm going to have to use them on something else. And oh, the green might go. No, not quite. Ah, that's gone. Gosh, it's got stuck. That one doesn't want to leave, does it? There's a tag there. The yellow heart might work actually. Let's take that one out. I think I could use that one. I might use that bird actually. I quite like that. Yep, let's use the bird. And I'll use that heart as well. Okay, let's grab some foam. And I'm going to stick that on the back there. Straighten that. Now, do we have it on the high 5? Or do we have it on the photo? I think on the photo, sitting on the 5. There we go. And also it helps having kids that get on so well, because it makes photographing them very easy and very fun. There we go. Actually, should we have it so it looks like it's on the 5? Yeah, let's do that. And I want a tiny little one for the heart. Where are we putting the heart? Down there, down there. Doesn't show out well enough there. Actually, let's have it there, because it says about watching the enthusiasm of the kids, so move it along. And against the red, that shows up nicely as well. I'm not going to use that one. Now I've just got a few bits and pieces left here. These are the Cocoa Daisy die cuts, the exclusive ones. I'm just wondering if there's anything in here. I did see that one. I quite like the colours, go really well. Definitely not the sparkle. Sparkle doesn't go. Could have that because it's by the camera actually, so that makes sense. Let's stick that on. And I think I just want some splashes of yellow ink, and then I think this page is done. There we we go, that was a really fast one. Let's grab the yellow ink. Now the last layout I did for YouTube, I got ink everywhere, it went all over my photos. So let's try and not make the same mistake here. That's it. And that layout is done. So I've got 3 photographs with my title, which still isn't straight. I think that's just going to have to stay like that. And then my journaling, which is on the washi strips from the paper. And that's that done. A little bit of paint, a little bit of ink, some layering, and lots of fun. I'm pleased with that. Thank you for joining me here today. I really enjoy designing for Cocoa Daisy. I love the scrapbooking kits. Please do subscribe if you enjoy watching my videos, and I will see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.